Oh yeah, we back in it again, baby. That morning class. It feels good. Know that you want me, girl. It feels good. It feels good. I know that you want me, girl. I might have to do some R&B for y'all, bro. Gonna get this shit cracking. We back at it again. They tried to steal the momentum on Saturday, man. They pulled a fast one on us on Saturday and tried to steal the momentum. So now we went, everything is then slowed down, but we about to speed it back up. We the sensation on YouTube right now. We the #1 sensation. Get them in here and tell them that Young Ill alive, man. Close that door, Hakeem. Hakeem, close that door. Close this door, Hakeem. If you're not gonna watch that TV, I'm gonna go turn it off. Close my door. Man, we about to get into it now, bro. This is the good part of it. More analyzation of the movie. I went and watched it again, man. Hold on. Yeah, man. So we watched that movie, Bebe Kids again. The whole movie and analyzed it. So I got to do a breakdown of it. I remember watching it a long time ago, but I back then we was just watching it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't watching it for analyzation. But now that I got the eyes and ears that I got now, thanks to the ancestors, thanks to the master teacher, thanks to all of the master teachers that came that we studied up under, we're looking at it with a different lens now. Looking at shit with a different lens. You know what I mean? Like most people understand what we're talking about. So now we've sat there and looked at that movie again and saw what the heck was going on. And I noticed they had we're about to get the screen pulled up, so we just setting the thumbnail up for you. This shit is deep, man. This brother Robin Harris is deep, bro. He was letting us know what they was doing to our kids back then, what the demographics was then. But that Bebe-Bey's kids movie is over niggas' head. There's gonna be some nigga came on my page talking about, hey, you know, kids is baby goat. Duh, nigga, we been knowing that. But nigga, we been knowing that. Nigga, that's like we said that shit like 2 years ago. So yeah, when you come stepping to the yard, you come correct, my nigga. We already know that. But also, you got to understand the difference between a sheep and a goat. Nigga, I'd rather be a goat than a sheep. A sheep needs a leader. A sheep needs Enlil to lead his ass. The lost sheep, the house of Israel. Go do your research on a sheep. A sheep is one of the dumbest animals on the planet. It's one of the slowest animals on the planet. While the smartest, you get into the dolphin, but the goat is smarter than the sheep. And they took the Baphomet shit and made it evil. So automatically you associate goat with evil. Why? Because it goes back to the Israelites using the scapegoat. They would put all their sins on this goat and then run it off the side of a cliff, and symbolization of them getting rid of their sin and their bad shit. And it's all under that contract to Enlil. We're gonna talk about that tonight, though, at 6:30 on the Enlil, the personality of Enlil. All right, a nigga that man, hold on, I ain't gonna go into the Inlil story because that shit gonna be funny. That Inlil tape gonna be funny, bro. Let me switch to this laptop. The Inlil take cause once you start breaking that shit down and saying, man, this nigga crazy, man. This nigga was a damn psychopath. Once you start looking into it.
All right, I had to switch to the laptop. Let's get that screen. We'll get the screen pulled up. Then we're gonna get this shit cracking. So we've been giving you slack and you off. We put out a couple tapes off the new album that's gonna get ready to come out. Young got Flow 2 times. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the older clan don't like the music. They don't like that type of music. But we're gonna do an album for y'all too. We're gonna do more of an old school feel samples and stuff on this Young Got Flow Part 2. When you hear, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's all cool right there, because he bringing that old feel back to the new. Like we doing it, man. We ain't doing it. The ancestors doing it. But we're gonna go in, man. Let's go. Let me get that screen. Let me get that. Let me get that chat pulled up real quick. R.I.P. to the brother Robin Harris. He really was bringing some alchemy. This right here, brother, is one of our high power alchemists in our family that was trying to give us some game. Even though you think that these niggas being sold out because they with the industry, a lot of them be still conscious and they be doing little Big Mama put them in there to do subliminal shit to where you can get the message. Like Eddie Murphy, he be doing a lot of shit. Like he did the clumps, a lot of shit that he do. That's got alchemy in it, man. Because they some Eddie Murphy, this brother, and he kind of remind me of him and Bernie Mac kind of remind me of each other. Because they kind of resemble each other and they got the same tones and the way they do it. And I think Bernie Mac even took some of, I think he said he studied this brother and kind of like took some of his style from this brother, Robin Harris. Let me get this. You got Robin. I think Bernie Mac said he used Robin Harris and Rudy Ray Moore, Ray Down in the Jungle Deep. All right, so we better do it. Let's see. All right, this is about to be interesting, man, because I broke down. I sit there and watched the movie. Hey, Rob, bye to everybody that's in the building, bro. We got 32 people. That's enough. Everybody hit that like and subscribe button while you're in the building. Now, this is quite interesting. The alchemy that the brother put into the movie. That starts out with him meeting this chick, right? At a funeral. She looking fine, everybody drooling all over and stuff, right? But he ended up hitching a ride with the lady. Then ended up talking to taking her on a date. And I didn't do more research to figure out that this brother write it, but I think he's the main guy that's responsible for putting the movie together. Like because he had told a joke on a stand-up comedy about Bebe's kids prior to even I think putting the movie together. They just took it and made a movie out of it. Right. We hoping they do. We hoping they come out with part 2 with Kevin Hart. I think Kevin Hart will be a good dude to play part 2, Bebe Kids part 2, and play the since with Bernie Mac would have been good, but I think nowadays it's the demographics with the demographics. I think Kevin Hart will be a good role because he's funny and he got that voice that'll be that new voice, with the bad kids and all that. So I think that if they come out with the Kevin Hart part, Bebe Kids part 2 with Kevin Hart, that'll be fire, right? But let's get into it, man, because we gotta see the game. Okay. So you know, Bebe kids, Bebe is a chick that live in the projects. In the projects, right? She's probably either working 2 jobs, scripting and all that, just to have some money, and she's still poor. Because at the end, when he take these kids home and look in their refrigerator, they don't got no food. Their house look like their house look bad. Like the inside of it is like real poor, right? And that's specifically done to these people, to us. That's specific. That us being made poor is specifically done to us. And they invite every other race from all around the world to come and feed off the backs of Nubians and natives, people that don't know they natives over here in America. Since we don't know we native and they calling us black, everybody in the world come and get rich off of us. And the reason why they don't tell us who we are is because if they told us, then they wouldn't be making no money no more. Because then we wouldn't even spend no money with them. We'll spend with our own people. We'll put our own people on. Right? We'll put our own people on if we knew the real game. So they bring Chinese, they bring Africans. And you might say, damn, ain't we Africans? Man, we different from Africans. We Africans, going back to the roots of our, going down to the roots of our genetics, we connected with them, but we ain't Africans. We natives to America. We different. We the best we the cream of the crop. That's why I told y'all, if you put us into basketball, if you get the best players over here in anything, get the best people over here in anything. It don't matter what the hell it is, mathematics, science, whatever. Get the best Nubians over here, and then take them and put them up against 10 of your best scientists in Africa, and I bet you we'll destroy them 10 times fold. And it ain't got nothing to do with and I'm coming here with that. No. Hey, give him his tablet back. Where your tablet is, boy? How would we watch TV till I get through? All right, so yeah. I don't know what Haru did with his tablet. I had these boys set up. We'll get on them later. But yeah, but keep in mind, everybody's coming over here and getting rich off of us. The Koreans, they selling us hair. The Vietnamese doing our nails for the people that get the nails. Hey, you gotta hold on, y'all. Hey, how Ruth? Sit down and watch TV, bro. Yeah, so they send the Koreans over here to do our nails. The Mexicans selling us tires now, used tires, and all the tire shops. Nubians really don't know much unless you go to a black Nubian demographic area where, like in Atlanta, it's a lot of black-owned businesses. And I know we don't like the word black, my Moors, because it's a label. It's how they doing and what they doing to us. Black, the word black, us under that label, even though we can say we black in the streets, but us going and saying that we black and not saying our nationality is part of the reason why this is happening to us. I'm telling you, man. Everybody around the world got a nationality. Nigga come over here and do a murder, and if it ain't nobody today, if it's a nigga, they gonna send him back home. They gonna just send him back home. Man, he kill a white person, they gonna put his ass in right over in jail. Deep down off in the jail. Why? Because white people got a nationality. Really, even though that a lot of them under that the U.S. citizen, and they getting screwed over too under the Federal Reserve. But I'm saying as far as the way they get treated because of the color, they get treated like they got a nationality, but they really don't. A lot of them really don't. The ones that's over in America that don't know their real history. So a lot of them do. A lot of them get told, "Hey, I'm Irish," or "I'm this, I'm that." You ain't none of that. Really, you really either Alabama, you really either Canaanite, a mulatto, or you a damn Caucasian. And a lot of y'all ain't Caucasian because you don't got the blonde hair and the blue eyes. So you niggas albinos and mulattoes. So what you niggas ain't nothing but niggas just like us. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Real talk. But they doing, look, I'm telling you, man, just think about how they doing this. And how these, if you go back and watch that movie again, watch Bebe Kids again, and see how they what these kids are being up against. These kids that their mama not at home, their dad is probably in jail or out on crack somewhere. And this is the target. They targeted us like this. They put our fathers on crack. They made our mothers work so many jobs. So now the kids at home keeping themselves. We're not bad kids. They put this in everybody's head that we was the bad kids. They stereotyped us so they can make us mold us into what we are. Demographically and mentally. I'm telling you, man. They freaking stereotyped us. They put it in everybody's mind that niggas are bad. Niggas are criminals. Niggas are bad kids. Black kids are bad kids. They put that in everybody's head. So it don't matter if you're a good kid or a bad kid, you automatically a bad kid if you black. Or if you Nubian. What, bro? What? Yeah, so you automatically a bad kid if you back. Go in there and watch TV and close my door. Close the door behind him, Haru. Drink some of his juice. Close my door. Close my door. Yeah, so it don't matter if you're a bad kid or a good kid. They automatically stereotype us and line us up with all niggas are criminals. Hey, they stereotype us and line us with all black people, children are potential criminals. That's the automatic. That's why they say Nubians got an automatic one strike against them already. Driving while black. And really, like I say, that word black is one of the reasons why we getting done like we get done under the black Christian codes. The black Christian codes. Go read the black Christian codes, man. Where they can beat you behind and treat you like a criminal. See, like this shit is way deeper than what I can, man. Like it takes a lot. That's why we got to do so many tapes. It takes a lot to break down the complex stacked on top of shit that's stacked on top of shit that's weighed up against us. Which is why we gonna come out on the top, because what don't take us out make us stronger. So they did all this shit. They just made us stronger and stronger and stronger. Every time they do something to us and we come out on top, and we don't get destroyed. They put crack on us, we came out. They put heroin on us, we came out. They put alcohol on us, we came out. They gave us guns and drugs in our community, we came out. So everything they did to us, we made it out. That means that what don't kill you will make you stronger. So I mean, we are stronger people, right? I'm telling you, man. But you got to think about the shit that they've been stacking on top of this man. I'm telling you, man. Richard Nixon, he was in this movie. So I was like, damn, they put Richard Nixon in this movie? What they trying to tell us? What our alchemist brother, what our brother Robin Harris, the alchemist, trying to tell us. He shooting some by telling you about Ronald Reagan. Now I ain't get a chance to look. I ain't get a chance to do no digging on this nigga, but I already know he's dirty. We already know he was dirty. Richard Nixon, not Ronald Reagan. Richard Nixon. It was Richard Nixon. That's who I'm talking about. So I ain't get a chance to do. I know Ronald Reagan was dirty too. He signed the 1966 thing for them niggas to get that satanic church in Sacramento. I'm talking about Richard Nixon. I got to do some more. I'm gonna end up doing more research on this cat and figure out what did he do Somebody might, if they know, they might can drop it in the chat. What did he do to target the black kids? It got to be something that he passed, the law that he passed, or some that Robert Harris trying to tell us that this, when this dude came in, this when they started attacking our children. He got something to do with it, man. I'm telling you. Richard Nixon. Some of my old school cats that was living during that time, I can drop what they think. But why would he put this dude in the movie in Bebe Kids? It's got to be something with this dude in connection with coming after our children. We're gonna get to the bottom of it though. And he also had Abe Lincoln. This dude is a high-powered alchemist, man. Because I think I got the part where he put Abe Lincoln in there. When I was watching, he put Abe Lincoln in the movie. All right, so he had Abe Lincoln and Richard Nixon, and this when these kids was going to court on trial. This shit is crazy, man. And you keep in mind about the Dred Scott case. The Dred Scott, this nigga had to know a little bit extra, but he couldn't really say too much. But they ended up getting rid of him anyway. He got after they killed him. I mean, he died a little bit after this movie. I think that dude, because he was at house party. So a little bit after this movie, I think he passed away. So now we know about the Dred Scott case where he was trying to complain about property and shit, but he didn't have a nationality. And they said that he was classified as a black Negro in color, and he not entitled to nothing. And keep in mind, they shot Abe in the back of the head. The niggas that Rod Hayes dropped a dime on, put a hit on, put the green light on Abe. They shot one of their best cats. He climbed the balcony and put one in the back of Abe's head because he bankrupted them. He had already bankrupted them back then. You know what I'm saying? Like in I think it was like 1860 something, 65. He bankrupted the United States Corporation. So this nigga got Abe up in here. And he got Abe kind of like a dark skin color. Notice this. He got Abe like he a mulatto. Like he a light-skinned mulatto. Keep that in mind. He showed it to Baby. Look at the Baby. Look at this dude. He like a light-skinned cat, not white. But he got Richard Nixon as a pale guy. See, Abraham Lincoln ain't pale up in there. So you gotta look at all this shit. I got the eye now, so I'm looking at every fucking thing. Look at it, and then look at Richard Nixon's Willow's Peak. Look at his Willow's Peak and his long Daru nose. Nigga's telling us something right here, bro. This nigga telling us something. I sit up all night till about 11 o'clock looking at these pictures and saying, damn, this nigga telling us something right here. This nigga got a long Pinocchio line-ass nose. Pinocchio line-ass nose. But then he got the Willow's Peak. That nigga shit look like an eagle right there. Close my door, Hakeem. And come on in here and sit down. Yeah, so, man, hold on just a second. All right, sorry about that. I had to get Hakeem change his diaper real quick. Yeah, but just look at that, man. That's another thing. All right, so keep in mind, I'm gonna go do my research and I'm gonna get back with you on what's Richard Nixon connection with coming out the Nubian kids and labeling us. I'm just going off of what I think. I think he was responsible for implementing the more of Oh yeah, the stop and frisk. I think he might be the one that was with the stop and frisk shit. But I know that they started putting in everybody's head that niggas are criminals. Every race, anybody, the TV, the media promoted us as criminals. If one nigga did something, all niggas did that. And then niggas, you think that we ain't one band, one sound, nigga? We ain't all together? You think we ain't all on one team? When one nigga do something, everybody did it. But when they do something, oh, it's just that one cat. Like Timothy Bey did what he did at the federal building. Oh, he a crazy nigga. He a crazy white boy that hear voices in his head. He ain't with us. He like crazy Irish and he's a mutt. He's not really with nobody. They outcast niggas like that. But then when a black Muslim do something or something like that, they say, oh yeah, it was a black Muslim. And he's even if he ain't associated with whatever people they out there here, they say, oh yeah, he's possibly be a member of this Nation of Islam. Niggas always running game, bro. They in fear by influence. We put a song out yesterday called "They in Fear by Influence," man. And those lyrics in that track might go over people's head. Like I say, some of my older clan listeners, they might not like it. But like I say, it's we doing what the ancestor we getting the kids, man. The kids gonna like the hardness, and then when they listen to the lyrics, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, what is he talking about?" Then they gonna gravitate to want to check out the rest of the stuff. Because NBA YoungBoy, he putting out a CD every 2 days, so we got to do something. Because he got 11 million followers, and he really got more than that. And he talk about killing and stealing and drug dealing and every damn track. Lil Nas, he changing the demographics as far as it's part of decreased population. Lil Nas, he part of decreased population. Man. So we got niggas like that. We got to do something. We can't just let our kids, because they don't want to hit. They don't want to, like, the kids really don't want to listen to us talk about this. They want to listen to a nigga talk about sliding and the ops and all that, right? So we gotta make we doing it a little something different. We high powered alchemists over here. We high powered alchemists, I'm telling you. So what we doing with the music is we getting the kids. We letting the kids know that you can be hard and still be conscious. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be soft. Being conscious don't make you soft. Being conscious actually make you harder. You know what I'm saying? It makes you harder, right? But we're gonna get on this nigga right here later with the long Pinocchio nose and the smirk. And he's up in there with the Bebe kids going against them, while Abraham Lincoln is defending them. So you got to know that's some kind of high-powered alchemy, my brother. You feel me? What y'all think? What you think? Be humble. Richard Nixon going to trying to lock the kids up, and then keep in mind the drug era, right? The drug era, right? Now look, notice this. The kids, they went to a place called Fun World, right? And when the kids, hold on, we're going to pull that up real quick. Hold on, let me drop this in the chat. Let me drop this in the chat, man. We're going to be rolling like an 18-wheeler. Baby. We had to come back on this because, like I say, I watched the whole movie yesterday, man. That's what I was doing, more research for you cats yesterday. That's why we didn't come yesterday. We were doing more research for you. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're in the building. Hit that bell. If you don't receive a notification from us every day, come back and check with us. We dropping something every day. And two, if you want to show us some love, don't do the super chat. Right? We just dropped the Cash App and PayPal in the links. We take $1, $5, $3, $4, $10, 25. If you really want to put us in the game for real, send us $100. That'll put us all the way in the game, especially today. All right. So we thank you for tuning in. We're gonna keep on rolling. All right. Rob out to everybody that's in the building. All right, let's look at this. Okay. This is the part. Hold on. Okay, when he dropped them off at home. Okay, here you go. Right here, we go. This right at the end. We really going through the whole thing. We just building up for you why these kids were targeted and why, and this really a representation of us and our kids, really us in this time, really the 90s, the 80s babies, 90s babies. This is really us. Right? Because they would when crack 71, 70, really was like 80, 79, really when they really hit it. But 81 is when they really hit it. 81. So the 80s babies when crack hit. That was a nuclear blast for our community. There was a nuclear blast to our community, crack cocaine. It was a nuclear blast. Now, when he dropped these kids off, they only got like one couch, like they no TV, nothing food in their refrigerator, barely a place to sleep, barely got any clothes. Their mama's not there. They get ready to leave them there by themselves. So you see, and they call us adolescents. At a lesson. Man, when I tell you, we not bad, they target us and made us bad, and mentally, it's all mentally. They sent energy towards us saying these kids are bad. They put that in everybody's mind around every other race around the world. They put in their mind that niggas are criminals and niggas don't know their nationality. So when you come over here, we'll give you $10,000, $20,000, $500,000 loan. So you can go open up a business right in the middle of these niggas community. And what you'll do is just feed off of them. Drain them, take their money, and then don't put it back into their community, send it overseas to your people. Or you put it into the community, the white community that we're gonna allow you to live in. Korean, Vietnamese, or Chinese, which they say they are different people. They really are. They're the same, but the Vietnamese is a little different. Fuck it. Damn. The Vietnamese is a little different. Yeah, whoever sprayed that shit. The Vietnamese is a little different, right? But they give these people a big ass loan from the bank, which they ain't gonna give you niggas a loan. They'll give a black person a loan, right? They won't even give Moors loans. So nigga, if you take you a Moor, go in the bank, get a loan, they gonna tell you if you ain't part of the system, we can't do nothing for you. Because you got to be part of that system to get that shit. Unless you go with, so there's a route you can go to get finances, but you know. Yeah, so it's another route you can go to get finances. But just think about how these kids were living. Poor. No father. Mother had to work 2 jobs just to stay in a rinky-dink ass place, living check to check. They targeted us, man. They targeted us. They made this. This wasn't, we weren't like this in the 60s and 70s. I mean, 60s and 50s. We had fathers in our home in the 50s and 60s. Fathers, mothers usually stayed at home back then, and while the father went out and worked and raised the mother raised the kids at home. And they wasn't living like this because there wasn't no crack. It wasn't no heroin, it wasn't no drugs. So in order to remember I told you this shit is layered. And they got a think tank called the 300, the smartest 300 of the so-called smartest people in the world to think of how to keep us down. And this is how it started. And I believe Richard Nixon plays a part in it. I believe Richard Nixon plays a part in it. You know what I mean? I believe Richard Nixon plays a part in it, man. So before this all happened, before he see how the kids living, right? Keep in mind, little Pee-wee, the little baby Pee-wee. He pulled the plug on Las Vegas. That's simple. This is some alchemy right here, man. He pulled the plug on Vegas, right? Why? Hey, just think about it. Why would they drive to Vegas in that one night and then show him pulling that plug? What was this alchemy about right here? To cut them lights off in Vegas. Tell you that a one plug controls the whole switch up in that joint. Pee-wee stumbled up on it and pulled it apart. So what's the alchemy in this? We'll come back to that. Let's keep that on your head. Why would they drive to Vegas at the end of the movie and then unplug the lights in Vegas? What's in Vegas? All right, we'll get to that. All right, another thing. They went to Fun World. Fun World was the place that he took them, right? Now, at Fun World, they was encountered by agents. These kids outsmarted agents. Look at this. These are agents like in the Matrix, before the Matrix came out. Huh? The Matrix came out, what, 2000 or something? This right here was like in the 90s, I think, when this movie came out. So these kids were up against agents and they were labeled and stereotyped as soon as they walked into the Fun World. Where they said, you can have fun, but then they rolled out a list of rules you got to follow. And if you don't follow, and they pointed at these kids and said, that goes for you kids. And look, check this out. This is the killer. Every other kid was being bad while they was just targeted at these kids. It was the white kids were bad, doing the same shit these kids were doing. But it's like they didn't even see them. They just target these kids, these three kids, Bebe-Bey's kids. So why is that? Like, what the hell is they telling us? The other kids were doing the same shit these kids were doing, but these kids were the main target. And they had agents with red, look at this red ties. That's a symbolism. Because these guys, and it's really not red, it's really maroon, because these guys are the same. These ties represent them niggas that rock our crowns and know about the mind. You know what I'm saying? Their color is the same color as they feds. So they sent these niggas. Because they try to prevent the rise of a Nubian Messiah, or somebody that could probably potentially lead their people. So these niggas, these agents, was coming after these Nubian kids and targeting them from the jump before they even knew them. And it wasn't because they were black. That's the reason. It was because they was black, but it was like they was automatically in the system. Automatically, you niggas red flags. Why? Because the agents know who we are. They can, like Baba said, they can look in your eyes and tell who you are. They can look in your eyes and tell that you are an angelical being, a celestial being, and they automatically come out to you. They do this to your kids at school. I used to every day. There I used to be at school, right? There I went to this. It wasn't a private school, but it was a school for advanced kids because they're pretty smart, especially after he met me, and then I was teaching him. So he got real smart, and he was already smart. He just needed that nurturance of me just stimulating certain parts of his brain, of asking him certain questions and things. And you ask him, you can ask Daryl a question, and his answers are profound. When he was a little kid, his answers were profound. I'd be like, damn, this nigga, how this little nigga just say this, you know what I'm saying? It was interesting to me. Hakeem, you gotta close my door. Close my door. Close my door. So it was interesting to him, right? So, man, I know these kids and I already just talking about spot up in there. I can't keep watching while I'm doing this tape. But we'll clean it up in a minute. But I want to bring this to you though. All right, so so all the other kids were being bad, but they target these kids. This is part of the psychology to be able to target us. See, in alchemy, it's two things going on. It's a physical side to this and a mental side. The mental side is they had to get every other race to in their mind that niggas are criminals. Just like in that movie, everybody targeted us. They used us. The Italians, they brought the drugs. They was responsible partially for bringing the drugs and pumping them into our community. And they said, we're gonna just keep it in the niggas community. We're gonna keep it in their community. So everybody's over here taking advantage of us, but ain't telling us who we are. They ain't telling us we Moors. They ain't telling us we Washita. They ain't telling us we should show them. They ain't telling us who we are while they get rich off us. And then they stereotype us as criminals. Like I said in that movie, it's called Goodfellas. Every time the Italians were jacked one of them white boys for their truck, right? And I know my Moors don't like us calling them white. Just be cool, kind of like land, guys. Be cool. We got you. Hey, but every time them Italians, and they really the real Italians in Sicily were Moors. I got the book over there, Moors in Spain, Moors after Spain. You know, we already know what time it is. 1492. I ain't gotta beat it over your head. You already know the game, right? Yeah, but in that movie Goodfellas, every time they would get jacked for one of their trucks, they would call the police and say that man, you ain't gonna believe it. Two niggas just jacked me for my truck when it was two Italians that jacked them. So every time a crime was being committed, it's always got blamed on Nubians. This right here going way back before Bebe kids, before Richard Nixon specifically started demographically targeting our kids. It goes back before that. Go back to Rosewood, the movie Rosewood. A lot of people don't. That movie there is real heavy, man. It make you want to get up and do some crazy shit. But we ain't down with it. We ain't down. We with peace and love. We ain't with violence and like physical violence. We can fight mentally. We can have a game of chess. We can have a game of 21 basketball and see who the best. That's how we got down. That's how we did it. But they want to battle physically fight. We ain't got no we ain't physically fighting. We too smart for that. We too intelligent to. We not. That's primitive. It's like two beasts, two lions and tigers fighting over a damn piece of meat. We ain't that ain't us. That's them. We herbivores. We omnivores. Right? Check that out. So in that movie, they would say niggas did this in Rosewood. They the chick got raped and she blamed the black dude, said that a nigga did it. And so they slaughtered the whole town over another person who wasn't even of our descent. Or he probably was of our descent, he like an albino, but I'm saying they said that African American, or this they use these terms, said that he did it. And they slaughtered the whole town. So what that's telling you, man, about, okay, so I have a question. Can you explain reincarnation? Okay, yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute, brother. Hold what you got. I'll talk about that for but just break the word down. Re means to do again. In is the opposite of out. Car is the physical vessel. Nation is the group of people. You reincarnate through your children, your grandchildren. That's why it's good to have children. A lot of people who don't have kids makes it hard for them to come back. It makes them hard for them to come back if they don't have children. Some people don't want to come back. I'm gonna give you one, but you gonna go in there and sit down. Go get a spoon. Go get a spoon. Go get a spoon. There you go. I got Hakeem with me, y'all. We probably gonna have Hakeem all day because we're gonna be rolling all non-stop. So we're gonna get off in a minute, but we're gonna come back right back on. Here you go. We're gonna come right back on. We gotta do it back to back. The catch they stole it on Saturday. They said a bug hit the system in YouTube, and then they stole a lot of views. They stole a lot of views and the money. They stole a lot of money. This bug. So whoever it was, they tried to steal our momentum. That's what it was. We had the momentum. We was rolling, and then they came with this glitch on Saturday. But while they was glitching, I saw that they was glitching, so I put that music out so I could get that music can glitch. It'll be calling the glitch. That music will call it the glitch, and then the plays will just go crazy. That's what's happening right now with them with that Big Mama's Baby's back. Hey, close my door, Hakeem. Close my door. Yeah, but you saw how they started labeling all blacks or Nubians are criminals, and they grow up as criminals. They're born criminals, and they play that shit over and over on the news, over and over in people's head. They put the rap music out where the rappers are talking about nothing but crime, so everybody's mind and focus other demographical other races around the world all think we criminals. You could be a nigga that went to college. That's why they don't give the police don't give a damn if you went to college or not. They'll beat your ass just like the regular niggas. Why? It's because the Black Christian codes. That's part of it. Oh yeah, we got it covered. If niggas sleeping on a young girl, they might get it quicker than that. We got it covered. We're looking at this shit from a wide perspective. So you got people, they just Muslims. So they just look at it from a Muslim point of view. You got people, they Christians. They look at it from a Christian point of view. Like the book, the Pale Horse, the book Pawns in the Game. He was a Christian. So he wrote it from a Christian standpoint. Some of the books Baba wrote when he was in Islam is written from an Islamic standpoint. Hey, get up out of here, boy. See what I'm saying? Y'all want to do this right when I get online. Give a piece of that cookie. That's what we got to deal with. When you got boys. And if I would have been online talking right now, they'd be in there sitting down chilling. No. Close that door. Yeah, so the demo, man, you gotta look at that, man. You gotta look at that, bro. You gotta look at that. Close my door, Hakeem. Close my door. All right, though. Next week, next Friday, I'm gonna put a lock on that door, so they can't get in no more. So that's gonna be my next move right there. You'll have to sit down there and do what you're gonna do. So we back. Yeah, so the demographic, man, you got to understand. Our kids are not bad kids. This ain't it. Bad is not even being bad, or what they call it bad. You got to think about what they term as bad. They term kids who up on the game. These kids were up on the game. These kids weren't letting them run game on them at Fun World. And so, because they knew the game, they knew that these agents was after them and running game. They bad. They toxic. They got to be separated from the other kids. They target the most. Look, keep in mind, this shit goes back to the clowns who know about the mounds, right? They rock our crowns. They got a thing. They set up the 13 Shriners set up the FBI. The FBI is to monitor the rise of these Bebe kids, the kids that will potentially raise up and come at and potentially be a threat to them. These kids are a threat. So let's come up with programs and installments to target these kids to really get them ultimately locked up as modern day slaves in prison. Right? So what do? They put drugs, guns. They tell everybody and put on TV, on the media. These are bad kids. These are criminals. The war on drugs is these black kids. These kids, they're the problem. This and that. The music they drop. Oh, these kids target us. Put in everybody's mind that we bad. That way, once they do that, academically, we bad. We bad. Once everybody think we bad, because so is a man thinking, so is he. So when everybody thinking we bad, in their mind we bad, so they treat us as such. It don't matter how long you went to college, how clean you dress. If you dark skinned nigga, you under the category of being a potential criminal. That's the demographics that they fed everybody. It's part of the game. So don't let them talk about kids. Like I was saying, hey, about Daryl, my stepson Daryl. He went to this, he came from Atlanta. My wife, they came from Atlanta. And my stepson, he was going to like private school in Atlanta, but then when he came down here, he started going to a school. It wasn't a private school, but it was like a school that normal kids don't go to. It's like I guess you could say it was a private school. But it wasn't a private school. It's like a magnet school. That's what I say. It's a magnet school. And they pick certain kids to go to this school. So he was going to a magnet school. So they pick different kids out of the Caddo Parish to send them to this school, right? And so every day when I come pick Daryl up from school, this white, blue-eyed, blonde hair, Caucasian teacher would come down and tell me this dude there is he talking to himself, he doing this, he doing that. And I know how smart that is, but he was doing, said she always had a complaint. And she complained to me so much, I started to think, damn, is this chick just, I looked at her one day, I'm gonna tell you what made me figure out that she was, sometimes she was just targeting Daryl. She was targeting Daryl. She was targeting my child just so I can whoop him at home. So he can hate me for whooping him. So it's just imagine if your child didn't do nothing and this grown ass devil who targeted your child tell you that your child doing bad, and they know how black parents are. We mostly gonna whoop ass. So you go home, your child ain't really do nothing, you whoop his ass. And now that's built in the home, it's destroying the parent, mother, the whatever, parent, daughter relationship, or the mother, whatever, mother, daughter, father, son, whatever, whatever, whoever whooping ass, right? But imagine if that kid is being targeted. Just like this right here, just like the dude told us in Bebe kids. And they tell you every day your kid got to school, oh, your kid did this, oh, your kid did that. Now, some of that shit them kids be doing, but it's other kids doing the same damn thing. I think 15 told me about that too one time, that he went, he said that he went, the teacher kept on telling him this, about his son being bad. And he went and sat in the class and saw that the kids were doing all the same shit that they was saying that his son was doing, but she never called their parents. If I told my son, I told my older son, I got another son that don't live with me, my older son. He like in the 12th grade. And I told him, I said, hey man, you an angelical being. So they gonna target you. So you gotta fly under the radar. You gonna be picked out of the crowd. If 15 niggas speed, they gonna pick you out first, nigga. That's how this is what's happening to us. You know what I'm saying? What he said, he said, devil same to you. Okay. He said, blessings. Hakeem, close my door. Yeah, Hakeem the Dream. Hakeem will ride you, man. He ain't gonna let you make it, man. Hakeem ain't gonna let you make it. If you got something he won't, he got to get it, or else he'll sound the alarm right in your ear, right in the crack in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you just keep that in mind, man. When you go on your kids at school, keep that in mind, man. 25% of the time, that teacher be targeted, really 75% of the time, that teacher is targeted your kids. Yeah, 25% of the time that at least 75% of the time, your kids are being targeted as automatic criminals. Why? Because that's the demographics that they've been promoting for the last 40 years. Niggas are criminals. Niggas ain't gonna never be nothing. So we gotta change that, man. We gotta change that. We can't let them pump these stereotypes on us no more, man. Because they got more bad people than we got. They want to keep stereotyping us. We need to start stereotyping them. See what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get a drink of water. If they want to stereotype us, we're gonna keep stereotyping. We're gonna stereotype them, right? So what we saying is, man, let's keep on going. I gotta go on a couple more pictures before we get out. We got about 10, 15 minutes. Now, like I say, these agents were constantly after these kids. And they outsmarted these guys. So how smart were Bebe kids? And these kids are tough. Bebe kids are tough. The kids in the hood, they more tougher than the other kids. So think about this. It's always a good side and a bad side to everything. So they was focused on the bad side, on targeting us and stereotyping us in everybody's mind so they can create us as criminals, and that'll be part of the alchemy to hold us down and keep us down. Right? There was they aim at it. But in alchemy, it's got to be balanced in order for it to work. So it had to be a good side to this. What's the good side? Nigga, they do nothing but make us stronger and tougher. They made us stronger and tougher by putting us in this type of situation where we had to come up out the projects, come up out the hood, come up out of poverty, come up out of whatever they was, all the shit that they was putting on us. Criminal, drugs, I mean, you name it. They didn't kill us. They just made us stronger. They just molded us into more evolved beings that can survive. That's why, well, look, I'm gonna tell you, that's why when they go broke, they jump off of a building. When they go broke, they jump off a building. When a nigga go broke, they go into hustle mode. Niggas go into hustle mode. Nigga, I'm gonna get this by any means necessary. And some of them resort to crime. Some of them resort to crime because they specifically, demographically, trying to keep us poor. They got what they in a credit card system. When they give out credit cards, like where I live at now, they send me credit cards all the time. But when I lived in the projects, they didn't send credit cards over there. Why? Because they got a red line and a blue line. And I think it's the red line. They don't send people credit cards because they say they most likely not to pay it back. So they cut you off from credit. Meanwhile, they give Koreans and Africans, anybody that come over with a nationality, they give them a big ass loan from the bank to open up a business right in the crack of your community, or buy you out. If you a black owned business, they give them money. The bank give them money and decline you for the loan, but give them the loan and let them come in and buy you out. Keep you down. We the main targets on the planet. The American Nubian is the #1 target on the planet, bro. Why? If we same as these Africans, the Africans is being targeted too, though, because of the natural resources of the land mass that they live on. So they being targeted too for the natural resources. But I'm saying, why are we targeted mentally over here to be the number one criminals, the number one bad guys in the world? When it's the Italians are the number one bad guys, really. They are the niggas who fathered the Italians, which is the niggas Rod Hayes be pointing out. You know what I'm saying? If you want to show your brother some love, hit that cash app, man, for your brother, man. We take $1, $2, $3. Hey, close that door for me, Hakeem. Shout out everybody in the building, man. We doing it big, bro. We're gonna do it big today. We're gonna drop 1, 2, 3. We got 5 tapes. Nigga, I'm gonna take a break, come right back after this one. Right, we just want to cover the just do a quick synopsis on what we seen in that movie. Bebe Kid, I went and watched it. You can watch it on Hulu. They got it on Hulu now. On I think it's HBO or Showtime. Right, Pee Wee, Pee Wee, the baby, never did change his diaper because his mama went home and changed his diaper. That's part of a symbolism. Then you had the one kid who lived in, his mother lived in the suburbs. He was soft. He was what they consider soft, but by hanging with Bebe kids, they toughened him up. Right? By hanging with Bebe kids, they toughened him up. See, so it's all symbolism in that movie, man. Go back and check that shit out, man, and tell me what you think. Right? So I think we probably must give you enough. We've been on about an hour now. We're gonna take another break. I'll make sure I covered everything that I want to talk about. The grown-up fun world is Las Vegas, supposedly. And Pee Wee pulled the plug on it. You know what I'm saying? Little Pee Wee, a baby pulled the plug on him. So the babies gonna pull the plug on this damn fun, this shit. The big mama's babies here to pull the plug. The whole show about to get shut down by the babies. The whole show. What show? This United States corporation, fictitious corporation, Matrix. The whole Matrix, the whole game plan getting unplugged by the babies right now. Shout out to brother Rod Hayes, man. I'm gonna try to get in touch with the brother Rod Hayes. Get him on probably tomorrow or one next day that he's free. So we're about to get ready to get up out of here, man. We pulling the plug on these niggas. Right? Pee Wee. You know what I'm saying? Little Pee Wee. We out. Peace and love. Islam. Hotep. I should divine love throughout the balanced universe to all.